Welcome to Crescendo TV. We're hanging out with Hands Like Houses. What's going on, guys? Unimagine came out in July. How has the reaction been from the fans thus far?
Awesome. Yeah.
It's been great, especially because, you know, we haven't really toured the album yet. Like, we released it on Warped Tour last year, but it was kind of close to the end of the tour, and we didn't really play much off it. So this time around, it was a good way to kind of see how to be received, speaking on its own as an album, and you know, people have really taken
good reception,
it, which is great. So yeah,
that's good. Since this was your second album with Rise, how was the writing and recording process like different this time around?
We didn't have as much time. Like Ground Dweller, we had probably about 3 years that went into the production of it. Like, between, like, you know, we initially went out to record an EP with Cameron, and when that, like, there was a few like delays with getting that mixed, and we ended up deciding to turn it into a full album. So there was 2 separate trips a year apart. Plus, on top of that, the songs we've been working on for like a year or 2 before we'd even started. So it took a while to get together and get out. This time around, we had, I think, 3 solid months. Yeah, I mean, we had ideas and we put together stuff that we've been working on, but yeah, the bulk of it came together in that.
Yeah, songs are a little bit more fresh that way, you know.
Yeah, like I mean, we went in a lot more focused, not as prepared, much more focused. So I think all in all, that's kind of what.
It's kind of the opposite of the first record.
And I guess it kind of relied on us to all kind of like, instead of kind of working on our own individual parts at home, it was a lot more kind of like all together, sitting there in a room, which gives it a whole different vibe.
Yeah, work the music as a whole and make sure everything had room to breathe, and you know, everyone had a chance to kind of show off while still letting the song support itself on its own.
Since Ground Dweller like really struck lightning, what was something that you guys thought about as you worked on this album, you know, in comparison to that one?
I guess what? Kind of just...
Yeah, kind of like, there was a lot of expectation around it, just because, I mean, Ground Dweller was one of those albums that people just get really attached to, take a lot out of it, and you know, especially when it's the first album a band releases, that's kind of the thing that people are always going to be comparing against. So I think there's a lot of pressure and expectation. We were trying to think of how we could satisfy the people that wanted, you know, another Ground Dweller, but better, but at the same time still keeping our own artistic integrity with things that we wanted to write and the things that we wanted it to sound like.
Yeah. It's not a Ground Dweller part 2.
No. Yeah. Also,
well, like it is, but it's a progression, I think.
And plus, like, touring off Ground Dweller for like a year, roughly like a year, you sort of pick up like what works in a live scene and what doesn't. So it's like, obviously, if we didn't take that into consideration, then it's just writing the same album. So I think it had a lot to do with touring and our touring experiences as well.
Makes
seeing
sense.
what happened there, and then trying to make it into more of like more of like an atmospheric live kind of album. It was good.
So you guys have toured all over the world. What country do you think has the best food?
Germany has some pretty good.
I'd say Australia still.
Australia's got pretty good food. Some of the band's carnivores and some of the band are like vegetarians and vegans, so obviously like we'll have different. I feel like Australia caters well to, I'm personally a vegetarian, so caters well to vegetarians in the UK. America's still battling a little bit.
Some places are great.
Warped Tour was great. Like Warped Tour catering is some of the best like tour food we've had, hands down.
Yeah.
For carnivores and vegetarians. Like.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they take that
thank
into
you.
account.
I'm defensive of the term omnivores.
Omnivore.
We don't just eat meat, we eat vegetables as well. And everything in between.
I like that. That's good. If you guys could collaborate with another artist, maybe from a different genre, who do you think you'd want to work with?
You know what? I'd love to do a song with Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, she would be cool actually. I was listening to her album again the other day, and I would love to sit down and be like, this is kind of what we have and this is what you have. Let's see what kind of...
Let's just make a stadium anthem that's...
It would be.
Huge.
I feel like it would be. It'd be like a really big kind of rock.
It'd be huge, it'd be heavy, it'd be...
This rock ballad that starts off slow and builds, and like you guys
Let's do it, Florence. Let's make it happen.
It would feel like you wouldn't believe.
And Bruno Mars.
And Bruno Mars,
that Treasure song comes on when we start setting up our gear in between changeovers. That's the first song that always comes on, and like you'll watch us, we'll be just
some good vibes,
moving our gear on.
That dance, man, the step back, it gets you.
The whole band has it like in sync as well. It's the best thing.
I could be at a funeral and that song come on. I'm like,
I
gotta do this. I have to.
Carrying
it's not
coffin.
my fault. Yeah. Oh fuck. Well, to close off, do you guys have anything else to say to your fans?
Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get to your part of the world very soon. We're going pretty much everywhere and looking forward to seeing you there. And thanks for supporting us and helping us do what we do.
Yeah. Thanks for watching Crescendo TV. We're hanging out with Hands Like Houses.
See ya.
from one